G'day guys, Rick Sticks here. This is the build I intend to play in the Legacy of Phrecia 1 month event for Path of Exile 1. I'm planning to play the Witch Herald Ascendancy, which should be a lot of fun. I'm just going to showcase it now. Basically, this is exactly how it'll look, but it'll be like doing 3 times the damage, so let's have a look at that. So I played this in the Settlers League, so we're in the Settlers League at the moment, running a Toxic Sewer Tier 16 Elk and Go map. So there you can see the mods, basically just a bit of crit, nothing too scary on it. And this is the playstyle. This will be about the speed as well. You see, you can stand in this stuff, got a bunch of mitigation. It'll probably be about 80% as tanky as this build. This is a Juggernaut. I don't think it'll be that tanky, but I have tried hard to put a bunch of I have tried hard to make it tanky. So that gives you an idea of how it plays. If you're interested, we'll get into the build itself, guys. Alright guys, so this is the tree in my POB. We start in the Witch area as a Herald. Come down here and we pick up all these nodes in the Marauder and Duelist areas. All these life, endurance charges, armor, a life regen, a bunch of cool stuff. Lone Messenger, never used that before, but your aura skills are disabled. It doesn't matter because we don't use any auras because the Ascendancy doesn't let us. We've got Glorious Vanity, which we only take because of the Ritual of Shadows, chance to inflict withered. There's a bunch of interesting stuff to have a look at on here, guys. I won't focus too much on it. I will put this POB in the description down below the video if you guys want to check it out and have a look at it, ask some questions. I'm happy to answer. Skills. So this is basically the gist of the skills. 6-link body armor. It's a strength body armor, so this is going to be really hard colors to get. So you might want to use something different from this, like Awakened Fire. Why isn't that coming up? Like Awakened Fire. That should be good enough because like this will take like 4,600. I don't actually 4,600 chromatic orbs to get those colors on a strength chest. So that's nigh on impossible until you're rich. So think about that. Those are the links anyway. We're going to be using Tempest Shield and Arctic Armor because these aren't auras. So they get around our little negative side of our ascendancy, you could say. Getting Enlightened 3 so that we can afford them. We've got 0 unreserved mana, so it's pretty fine line we're walking. Yeah, Molten Shell for an armor build goes hand in hand. Convocation because of Herald of Agony. We always want it at our feet shooting stuff. So we use Sniper's Mark. All this stuff with Life Tap because we have 0 mana. Flame Dash is our movement skill, and Culling Strike to dash on them to kill them. Winter Orb is our main skill we channel to get Virulence. So I've tried this, as I said in Settlers League. We just saw it then. It's quite effective. Sits at 55, beautifully single target with this sort of cast speed. Actually, this time, because I don't have to use Chance to Poison, I'm using faster casting. That'll make a big difference. I'm expecting that this damage number will actually go up. We'll probably be sitting at more like sort of like 60 or plus. So it's probably like 1.7 million Uber Pinnacle DPS is what I'm expecting. So that's what I've got for there. Herald of Purity with Feeding Frenzy because it's just so cheap. Like yeah, it's just costs nothing, so may as well. And Aspect of the Crab. I haven't used aspects before, but apparently they work like Exalt Slams. You just find the beasts and you put them in and you Exalt Slam them onto an open suffix of one of your items in your inventory, like a belt and above. I don't think you do it on jewels, but sort of like belt, ring, gloves, boots. So that's what I'm doing there. They give you physical damage reduction, the aspect of the crab that I'm using. So yeah, one of the reasons why I've got decent fizz max hit damage reduction. Items. So Cold Iron Point, Sapple's Frame. You know, I always use these for Herald of Agony build. This is just a really cheap +3. It's just a really good item. You get it really early on for like 10 chaos at the start of the league. Sapple's Frame gives you a huge amount of spell block and huge amount of all maximum resistances. Works for Chaos Res as well, so it's big damage mitigation, just super comfy. We're sitting at 75 spell blocks, we've invested in it. I'll let you go through these body armor sort of like at your leisure. They're all sort of Searing Exarch Eaterworld's implicit items. They're basically all armor items, big armor, big life, regeneration, resistances, and that's about it. There are a few things like the poison on hit in the implicits. It's mainly the implicits that are sort of like the surprising bits. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to get and pretty straightforward. Amulet is the replica with the Herald of Agony gems +3. Obviously, it's just big damage. Ring. This is a Vermilion ring. Just big life. Channeling skills. We've got channeling skills so that we can make what is it called? Winter Orb. Cost free. Has to be free because I like free because it's just easy. When a map says like you've got like less mana regen or you don't regenerate mana or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's free. Doesn't affect us. So just like adding to the quality of life of the build. I like the build to feel really comfy, really strong, doesn't get affected by too many mods on maps, and it can do all content. That's sort of my goal with my builds. I make them pretty even Steven, comfy to play, do anything. So that's that. Circle of Nostalgia with -3 total mana and regenerate 0.3. Those are the important, like, the -3 to total mana cost is the important thing on this ring. You could probably just use another ring. The Herald of Agony has 52% increased buff effect. That is our poison chance. So it's kind of important, but like, as I said, there's workarounds. You can use chance to poison instead of one of the faster casting, for example, or infused channeling. It's just one of those things. Like if you see this item, this is like a really good one. Yeah. Yep. There's our belt. It's got aspect of a crab on that one. Pretty average belt. And our Storm Shroud with Ghastly Jewels to avoid being shocked. So Storm Shroud's just too good. Ever since I saw that it does like for all elemental ailments, like including chill, sap, brittle, it's just ridiculously good compared to just like getting like yeah, it's just too good. And then I get the final 20% from the shield mastery. What else is there? Golden Rule helps. This is important for like stacking virulence. This basically doubles your ability to stack, like puts a 2x multiplier on your stacking of virulence. So you always use Golden Rule. Just a kicker with this, you make sure you want high chaos resistance because you're poisoning yourself. You're doing a lot of damage to yourself, especially if you're like, stacking high virulence. If you're poisoning yourself with like 100 stacks, you can be taking a little bit of damage. So you keep an eye on how much damage you take. Curse with Silence is not too important. It's just a quality of life thing. And yeah, that's all the gear, guys. Calcs, don't need that. You see basically... Oh, why is it so bad? Oh, because of Molten Shell. So as you can see is... the defenses of the build is solid, but it's got a high life, high amount of regen. That's not really conditional, but like sort of like especially our physical damage mitigation is very conditional, as the aspect of the crab gives us a bunch of physical damage reduction, but it's as soon as you get hit, you lose all your crab stacks and you have to build them back up, and it takes like you get like 1 a second or something up to like 10 or 12. So yeah, I think they do like 2% fizz mitigation each, so like, you just have to be wary of that. If you get hit, keep running. But then again, like our gods, Solaris, 6% additional physical damage reduction while there's only one nearby enemy. My thinking with this one was like against like single pinnacle bosses like Shaper, if you get hit by Shape Slam or a Cirrus Slam. I'm thinking like 6% physical damage reduction, chance to take less area damage is just like a no-brainer. So what's that? Nearby enemies near you. Again, look at the physical max hit. It goes down unless if it's more than one. So that's sort of like another thing, conditional Fizz max hit. Time spent stationary, so that was with a few things. That was with Arctic Armor. While we're stationary, we take less physical damage from hits, and also with our Minor God, Soul of Tukahama, 3% additional physical damage reduction per second you've been stationary, up to 9%. So like that's why the time spent stationary, if we take that off, physical damage max hit goes way down. Elemental's pretty consistent, but physical is kind of a few kicker conditions you have to sort of keep in mind if you're fighting like a really strong boss, like a Uber Pinnacle. What else is there? Number of nearby enemies. That's about it. Like I said, I expect this to go up. Virulent stacks to like 60, so that would be really nice. And then we'd be sitting at like 1.75 Uber Pinnacle damage. That's solid. Withered stacks, we should be at 15, that's fine. Infusion, that's another conditional thing, so we lose a bit of max hit if we're not channeling. Generally always channeling for the most part. Just sort of tapping it, running, tapping it, running, tapping it, running to keep it up. So yeah guys, that's my build for the Legacy of Phrecia 1 month event. It starts 12 PM February 20th PST if you're interested. If you are, get cooking, let me know what you come up with. Otherwise, you know, there are other plenty of builds out there on YouTube and on the website itself, on Reddit even. You know, there's plenty of options. It should be a bunch of fun experimenting with the alternate ascendancies. I like to sort of stick with what I know. I'm not that good at cooking, so I just stick with my Herald of Agony and hopefully it goes well, guys. There will be rewards. You can get like this cool body armor set if you get up to level 80, so even if you just want to get to level 80 and then have a bit of fun with some of the ascendancies and then just be done, that's up to you. I'm aiming for the Uber Pinnacles. That's just my goals for these sort of things. So yeah, that's about all I have to say, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. You can ask any questions you want in the comments below and I'll try and answer them. But otherwise, have a great event, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.